All right. What's up, Nate?
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, man.
Perfect.
We sound great. Sound great. How's it going, Nate?
Good. How about y'all?
Man, we're doing all right. Is it midterm time in Baton Rouge?
It's getting close.
Yeah. I've taken a few midterms this week, and I have a few more the next few weeks. And oh, you gotta love midterms. Gotta love them. It's no fun.
My class schedule is more of like papers. So in the fall it was more of tests, but this semester is more papers. So a little bit better.
I was just telling Zach before. Well, I mentioned it when we opened the show. I spent the day in the library today. I wrote about 8 pages on a 15-pager I got due next Wednesday. So
there you go.
I feel your pain. But we're not here to talk about that. We're not here to talk about
college. I ain't got to worry about it. So y'all enjoy it. Y'all do y'all's time.
All right, Nate. Well, obviously, we're not here to talk about papers and exams and school stuff. We're here to talk about the job you did Tuesday night. I mean, Nate, you came in and, you shut it down. You pitched like 39 pitches, and I'm pretty sure 31 of them were strikes. I haven't seen a pitcher come out and fill the zone up like that in quite a while. Were you just feeling it that night? Did you take a little special sauce before you came in the game?
Not really. So, growing up in Oklahoma, I've never been a Texas fan. So,
yeah.
When I was warming up, their student section's right there next to the bullpen. I heard some chirping going. And so whenever I got my name called and I started to make the way down, the student section got loud. And, I couldn't really hear anything they were saying. It was just a lot of noise. And, running in there, I started to smile. And I was like, yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time. Right there. I love that.
It's time. Yes. You love the tenacity. I have no Oklahoma tie at whatsoever. Well, I guess we do. Granddad and them were from Oklahoma. So we do have some family in Oklahoma.
Family from Oklahoma.
But I have never been a fan of the Longhorns. Any day the Longhorns lose, it's a good day.
Good day. Yeah.
It really is. And it seems like lately they do a lot of losing. But anyways, that's beside the point. So obviously you said you grew up in Oklahoma, and the last 2 seasons, am I correct in that?
It says I'm a sophomore here, but I'm really a junior. I think it was something to do with classes not transferring over. So I think I'm a sophomore. Well, I switched my major now, so I think I'm all junior. But yeah, I'm a junior on the field.
Gotcha. Junior on the field. Right, okay. So you played at Eastern Oklahoma State Community College. You really had 2 fantastic years, especially last year. You had 89 strikeouts, 1.84 ERA, if I'm remembering correctly, 8-1 record. How was your time in Eastern Oklahoma State before you made it to LSU?
It was phenomenal. To give a background on it, it's a small town.
Okay.
I wouldn't even say there's 1,000 people that live in it. The closest Walmart was 45 minutes. So, you're locked in to this. I lived in a dorm with 40 dudes. So,
wow.
Yeah, we had 3 toilets and 3 showers. So, that was
my goodness.
So sometimes I was showering at 1 a.m. But, the good part about it was, you're close to all your teammates. So, there was some tips to it. But, it was an old, rusty building. And, so my first year I get down there, I went to a pretty big high school. We graduated 750 kids, something like that.
Wow.
And, my buddy, he was 1 year older than me. He went to Eastern Oklahoma, and so I was getting talks. I was talking to a couple D1 schools, JUCO, and my buddy really talked me into it. Said it was a phenomenal place and hyped it up a lot. So I ended up committing there, and my first year there, we got 3 starters that are going throwing 100 miles per hour. So we had one guy get drafted by the Phillies, another guy went to Mississippi State who was left-handed throwing 95, 100, and then my buddy who was like 95, 98, he'd get up to 100. He's with the Royals now. So they're all 3 he's with the Royals, my buddy David, and then the other two are with the Phillies right now. So I was a bullpen guy, and I'm at the time I really wanted to start, but it helped me a lot. Learning how to pitch out the stretch. In high school I was always out the windup. Nobody really got on, so it was kind of a good learning curve. And then my second year I got the starting role, and just dominated that way too. So it's cool.
That's awesome. So obviously you came from a big high school. I'm assuming that Tuesday night was probably the biggest crowd that you have pitched in. Am I correct in that assumption?
Oh yeah, 100%. And the way their stadium's built, it feels like they're over top of you. But it's cool. I like that. I like hearing everything. So
what is your mentality when you come into a game? And obviously you've made that transition from high school to community college, and now you're at LSU, and you have Tuesday night when you got to go in. What is your mentality? And obviously, you said the student section was kind of rounding you up a little bit, getting you pumped up. What's your mentality? When you go to the bullpen, you start warming up, and you're like, "Hey, I know I'm about to go in this game." What's your mentality as you come up to the mound?
Dominate.
Dominate.
Fill it up. I'm a big strikeout guy, and so actually, what's funny is my last pitch when the kid popped up to JT, I was actually really mad. I got in the dugout, said a couple words because I really wanted to punch him out right there. I had him 0-2, and he was not feeling comfortable in that box. So
yeah,
I'm a big punch out guy. So go in there, punch out. If you keep the hitters off balance and you're in their head, it's not a fun day for them. Actually, at Eastern, I was a two-way my first year, so I hit a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I know what it's like to be a hitter too.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, look. A couple of years ago, LSU really struggled, honestly, they didn't really have any lefties. And, then, of course, Jay Johnson comes in, he takes over, and Wes Johnson is here now. What is it like getting to work with those guys, specifically Wes? And, they've done a phenomenal job of bringing in left-handed pitchers. What is it like to work with those guys as they help you develop your game?
Oh, it's phenomenal. Having a big league coach. That was one reason that I was lost where I heard he was coming here. You're getting to work with a big league coach every single day. He's going to pick through what he sees that he likes, what he dislikes, and he's got some drills, all that, sleds, push a lot of sleds, and that's something that I feel like has really helped me. So it's a big one.
So Nate, Tuesday night you come in, you start filling the zone up. I mean, you really made a name for yourself, truly. We're out here on Twitter and we're seeing like Nasty Nate. We're seeing all this stuff. So you started at East Oklahoma State last year. Is your goal eventually to try to work into the weekend rotation here at LSU? Is that like your aim?
I would love to start. Right now, it's whatever the team needs for us to keep winning. If that's me coming out of the pen and shutting down the game, that's fine with me. I would love to get one start, just prove myself there. But at the moment, I'm happy with whatever they got me doing.
Yeah. Well, we know going deep, when you go to Omaha, it takes a deep bullpen. And sometimes you need some guys that are in the pen to be able to come out and start a game or two. I think you definitely proved to not only the coaching staff, but you proved to a lot of LSU fans. Shoot, Nate, you're a household name now at LSU for LSU baseball fans, bro. So just get used to it. Get used to Nasty Nate. That's your nickname from now on.
It. Sketchy.
Yeah, for sure, man. Your stuff is filthy, so you're Nasty Nate. That's what it is. So I think continue to do what you're doing, man. It's gonna be awesome and exciting to see. We'll see what happens. As y'all move forward in the season, definitely want to see y'all in the postseason. Hopefully, make it to Omaha, and that's when you need arms. It's when you need arms in the bullpen. So that's gonna be exciting, man. But a couple more questions I've got for you. So one, who is a pitcher that maybe right now? Obviously, you came in, and some people are like, "Who is this guy? Like, he's from East Oklahoma, and now he's just like dominating." Who is a pitcher right now that maybe some LSU fans are overlooking? That's on his pitching staff.
I'm gonna say Griffin Herring. He's a lefty, and his last outing he hit a 5.95. It was his PR.
Yeah,
and I think this year he's going to be a big success in like coming in to face lefties. But I definitely think down the road that's going to be one of your main main starters. Other than Chase, he's a young guy and he has Sunday right now. Like he's going to be a big name for the next 2 years he has here after this year. But I think Griff is going to be in that rotation. People are going to talk about him a lot.
Rayton, you got anything else for him?
Yeah, this is nothing pitching related whatsoever. How do you pronounce your last name? How do you Ackenhausen?
Okay.
So it's I didn't know if it was a Ackenhausen or an Ackenhausen, so I just needed to clarify.
I'm sure in Germany they're probably like Ock.
Yeah, probably. So Nate, as we wrap up here with the interview, man, we want to know kind of some things outside of baseball. So outside of, forgetting baseball, what are some things that you enjoy to do when you're not playing baseball, when you're not pitching? Like, are you on the video games? Are you outdoors? Like, what are you doing in your free time when you're like, I need to get away from baseball, I need to get away from school? This is what I need to do. Is there a hobby or something that you're into?
It's 100% hunting. I'm a big hunter. I got into duck hunting. I think this was my 4th year doing it. And it's something, I don't know. I can't explain it to people. You just have to go try it. I'm up, 2 a.m. getting to the hole, just sitting there waiting, so you beat everybody there just to kill a flying duck. Like, I don't know what it is. It's an addiction. And I got into deer hunting. I was hunting my backyard. I live on an acre. And, I got some big bucks coming in, but there's something about duck hunting that it's just, I'd rather do that. And then if I'm not doing that, then I'll be in the backyard hunting the deer. But I'm actually allergic to beef and pork. So
wow.
They say anything that walks on 4, I can't eat. So I'm only hunting bucks, no does. I can't eat it. So my goal is to kill a buck next year, mount it, and then donate the meat. That's my goal.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So Nate is you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, because I know this may be personal, but is that stemming from what's it called? Mountain tick fever?
Yep.
Is that what it is? You got bit by a tick?
Lyme disease, yep.
Yeah. We had an uncle that's dealt with that, and I know some other guys that
it can go away. I think it's been probably 5+ years for me now.
Wow.
Okay.
But when I first got tested for it, I actually ate a burger right before it. And they're like, we're going to test you. And I'm like, I don't have that. I just ate a burger, whatever. And they said it was the highest reaction they ever saw.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Wow, that is insane.
Hey, you're missing that beef, man. You're missing it.
I know what it tastes like. You know what I mean? So it's it wasn't like I was born not eating it. I had to just completely change. So
I got one more question for you, Nate, and then we'll wrap it up. Your how many pitches are you using right now, and is Wes working with you to get any new pitches within your repertoire? And what were we seeing Tuesday night? Because I'm a dumb guy who doesn't know much about pitching. I can spot things every now and then, but tell a guy who doesn't know nothing.
So I throw a 4-seam fastball, no 2-seam, but my fastball moves like a 2-seam. My 4-seam does. So I'm getting the right on it and the movement to the side. So
yeah,
that was what you were seeing a lot of. I was throwing a slider, and then there was a couple curveballs in there that they were calling them. I rewatched it because I had it on ESPN. It was airing. Yeah. They kept calling it a changeup. I do throw a changeup, but I didn't throw one that day. We didn't want to speed their bats up with that pitch, so I didn't throw it that day. But yeah, I have 4 pitches, and then I've kind of been working on a cutter. I wouldn't necessarily say that you might see that this year, but yeah, I've thrown it. I threw it in inter squad against Dylan Cruz, and I kind of froze him.
Wow. Okay.
Calling him out.
He didn't know I have it. He didn't know I had it. So,
he wouldn't expect
it on that, but I haven't really thrown it that much. I might. I threw it. I think Western Michigan. I might have threw it once because he accidentally pressed on our thing cutter, and I was like, I'll throw it. So yeah, I think I've thrown it one time, but yeah, mainly fastball, slider. The curveball is more of a get me over if you see it early in the games. Or early in the count, it's usually just to get me over, strike real quick. I can punt. Actually, the video that went on Twitter when I struck that kid out, it was a curveball. That was a curveball, so I can use it both ways. But
awesome. Awesome. Well, we appreciate you coming on, Nate. You've been a fantastic interview, and you've given us some great insight to your personal life and obviously your pitching as well. We appreciate you joining in and taking some time to spend some time with us. If you'd like, you're more than welcome to come back on and talk some more throughout the season if you ever have some time to. But hey, man, we're big fans now. Nasty Nate for sure. You need to make it like your Twitter handle or something.
Put it in the bio.
You might consider it.
Put it in the bio.
I have to, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we appreciate you coming on, Nate. You have a good one, man.
Thank you. You too.